Oaks and Sequoia.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
With yet another mild day.
Yeah, mild, but unfortunately it's looking rainy again, and it's going to be raining pretty much throughout the day, starting out light, then turning a little bit on the heavier side. But taking a look at what's going on right now, it's dry briefly early this a.m. But as you turn your attention to the west, out near Syracuse, Geneva, Oswego, there's that cold front arriving. Now, it's not going to move through quickly. It's going to move over central New York, then become stationary as low pressure arrives from the south, preventing it from continuing east. And that's when we'll see this pretty much wash out in store for us for today. Now, those temperatures, as Gary mentioned, not too bad in the 40s, 45 in Hamilton, 46 in Rome, near 50 out in Rochester. And again, heading out the door today, keep that umbrella and rain jacket handy. It's going to be a rainy one out there with temperatures climbing into the upper 40s to low 50s. As we head into tonight, things dry out, patchy drizzle tomorrow, but then we're looking at dry weather briefly before more unsettled weather arrives this weekend. We'll talk all about that in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And a follow-up now, a public...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This Wednesday is going to be yet another washout for a lot of you who saw plenty of rain yesterday. Expect more rain today. This morning, though, it's starting out on the patchy side, so not a complete washout just yet, but by the evening, rain becomes a bit more steady and widespread. But the roadways this morning, a little damp, but not too bad. Your commute is looking pretty much on average for I-90 and 5S. Route 49 and the arterial. You can still see here those drive times looking at 16 minutes for 5S, 11 minutes for Route 49, Utica to Rome. As you head to work today, spotty rain showers, but again, no real impacts expected for your travel. There will be some patches of fog in higher elevations, but it's not as widespread for this morning. But by this evening, we're looking at even more widespread rain. This could produce some ponding on roadways, so a minor impact for evening commute. But other than that, though, we're looking at quiet conditions arriving by early tomorrow, lasting throughout Friday before another chance of rain begins to arrive by Saturday. Gary?
Thanks. Let's talk Boilermaker now. You'll already know.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are taking a look at quiet conditions across central New York early this morning. Patches of fog, light drizzle, but rain begins to arrive within the next few hours. A live look at downtown Oneonta right now from the Nexus camera. We can see, of course, roads a little damp from yesterday's rainfall, but it's looking a little quiet out there. But turning our attention to the west, we're seeing that cold front continuing to push into central New York. And this will move in, then kind of become stationary over our area, producing a good soaking rain for your Wednesday. And so over the next dozen hours, no pun intended or pun intended, make your call, we've got rain showers lingering throughout the morning, throughout the afternoon, becoming more widespread and steady by the evening hours before things do eventually dry out by the very latest early tomorrow morning. And how much rainfall are we talking? Well, some rain gauges all across central New York. We can see a pretty consistent measurement, right around an inch of rain. Again, it's a good soaking rainfall. Some locations might see a heavier downpour, but by the end of this, things do dry out by Thursday. So the bigger picture, the widespread rain, or at least the heavier rainfall in Otsego, in parts of Fulton, Montgomery counties yesterday has since passed us right up here. But here is that cold front as it slowly pushes into parts of central New York by late this morning. It's 8 a.m. still in Lewis County, western Oneida County. Then as the morning progresses, becoming more widespread as that low pressure moves up the coast, collides with this front. And notice how it kind of remains stationary for a little bit before eventually coming to an end by early tomorrow morning. And you can still see here, things do eventually dry out. So our Skycast, we can see temperatures climbing into the upper 40s to low 50s for today. Widespread rain, steady this evening, coming to an end by early tomorrow morning. Some patchy drizzle, but things do dry out by tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the 50s, a north wind, and then by tomorrow night, skies will continue to clear as temperatures fall back down into the 20s below freezing. Following that, though, a beautiful Friday is expected with temperatures in the 50s and plenty of sunshine before things unfortunately turn more gloomy as we head into Saturday and Sunday. But for today across central New York, widespread rain, temperatures in the 50s, and your 7-day forecast. 50s for the next few days, but we do dry out by Thursday afternoon and Friday. But by Saturday, that soaking rain arrives once more from a low pressure. Then the cold side moves in on Sunday. We've got a cold rain in some spots mixing in with some wet snow. Overall, a pretty cool and gloomy end of the weekend as we experience our daylight saving coming to an end as well. But we warm up as we head in the middle of next week.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday look pretty nice.
Yeah, we'll enjoy the sunshine at the end of the week.
That's for sure. Eric, thanks. Well, the National Transportation Safety Board,
Where the news comes first. You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise.
now at 5:30 on Sunrise 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
I almost did an Eric there, how fast you are getting through here. I was back at my desk. I had to get back here on the set, and boy, I looked like you a little bit.
Yeah, running really quick.
You were speedy.
Yeah, I try, so I had to run through all the different areas here in the set. And
You're like a gazelle around here.
and this morning, it's mild. It feels not like early March. It's dry though, but that's going to change within the next few hours. A look at the live radar right now. We are seeing the rain slowly starting to fill in from the west. We're seeing widespread rain out in Geneva, Ithaca, Oswego, Syracuse. And again, this will continue to move into central New York over the next few hours. And those temperatures still feeling very mild. 46 currently in Rome, 49 Rochester, 54 down in Dansville. And heading out the door today, it's going to be a bit of a washout. Grab that umbrella, grab that rain jacket. You'll have to use those windshield wipers for your potentially morning commute, but easily for evening commute for today. But things dry out by tonight. Maybe some patchy drizzle early tomorrow. We dry out for Thursday and Friday. And we're tracking our next rain system as we approach the weekend. We'll talk about all that in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. It is tax filing season, and
welcome back, showcasing our weather photo of the day on this Wednesday. This one is a really cool one. Bald eagle on a perch in Stark up in Herkimer County. A great shot right here, taken unfortunately by someone who has not submitted their name. I want to showcase your names if you are submitting these pictures, everyone. So if you want to submit your photo, make sure to put your name in the comment as well, so you guys can get all the credit you deserve for shots like this one. Look at how great this one is right here. Of course, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics if you want to submit a photo like this one or any weather photo that you deem would be pretty nice to showcase every day on Sunrise. This morning, a dry start, but rain showers are continuing to arrive from the west, becoming more widespread as the afternoon progresses on. And again, those temperatures continue to remain mild in the 40s and 50s today, or remaining mild over the next few days, but we do dry out by tonight and tomorrow. We'll talk about all that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A former New York cheese producer pleaded guilty in
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This Wednesday is starting out yet again on the mild side. It's dry, though, but things will continue to turn more unsettled as we saw within the past few minutes. Rain starting to arrive in Utica. We're saying good morning to Oneonta right now from our camera high atop Hartwick College overlooking the city, and a faint glow of that sunrise in the background there. It's currently 43 degrees in the city of the hills right now. But turning our attention to the west, here is where that rain is arriving. It's going to be a bit of a washout today as that cold front pushes east, then turns a little bit stationary over our local area. And so, over the next dozen or so hours, expect rain, a complete washout for the morning, throughout the afternoon, and the evening, with the evening's rain becoming a little bit more on the steady and widespread side compared to spotty rain showers this morning. Now, how much rainfall are we talking? Well, across several rain gauges all across central New York, the tally goes right around an inch or so of rainfall. So again, it's a good soaking rain we'll be experiencing for the rest of the day today. Bigger picture, cold front pulling in from the west. Now, there's something else going on. It's not just a cold front. We've got low pressure, another one surging up the Atlantic coast. This will basically put the brakes on this cold front, stopping it from moving farther east quicker. Normally, cold fronts without any obstruction will only take a few hours to pass. Rain won't last all day. But with this one, because it's colliding with this low pressure, we're talking about a good soaking rain for the majority of the day today. This comes to an end by tonight and early tomorrow morning. Notice 9 a.m. Thursday. Still some lingering clouds and some patchy drizzle, but most of the rain should be over and done with. And so our skycast for today, again, mild temperatures in the 40s and 50s, steady rainfall throughout the afternoon and the evening, coming to an end by tonight and early tomorrow. Mostly cloudy start to your Thursday with patchy drizzle, drying out as the afternoon progresses. Temperatures looking pretty pleasant too in the mid to upper 50s. Then tomorrow night, looking at clear skies, lows falling below freezing. And then we turn our attention to Friday, a beautiful day with sunshine, highs in the 50s, but it's temporary. As we head into the weekend, things turn a little bit more unsettled. But for today, across central New York, 50s and rain tonight. Lows falling into the 30s and 40s with some rain showers as well. 7-day forecast. Again, it's mild the next few days. Heading into the weekend, though, we're starting out with rain on Saturday. Then the cold air mixes in. We're talking about a cold rain mixing with some wet snow Sunday evening and into Monday. It's going to be a bit of a blah second half of the weekend, but we warm up again following that heading into next week.
It's like a pre-spring spring.
Yeah, we're thinking it's not April showers, it's March showers. But does March showers create April flowers?
Oh, you're going too deep for me. The time right now, 5:53, still ahead on Sunrise.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this hump day. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we are getting over that hump nicely this morning, but the rain is on our doorstep.
Yeah, that's right. It's another mild start. Temperatures in the 40s, but yes, rain will begin to arrive. Let's take a look at where the rain is right now on the radar. It's right now currently just outside of Syracuse. In fact, raining in Syracuse in parts of our local area. Currently in Utica right now as that little band is poked out a little bit. I don't know if you see that, Gary. It's kind of a weird looking shape right there as that frontal boundary continues to push into central New York. So again, expect a soaking rain for today, and temperatures not changing by much in the upper 40s to low 50s, a difference of a few degrees as the afternoon progresses on. And heading out the door today, keep that umbrella handy, keep that rain jacket handy as well, as the rain today is a good soaking rain, but it does come to an end by this evening and tonight. I mean, by tomorrow, besides a few patches of lingering drizzle, things dry out by tomorrow afternoon. We're looking at sunshine as we head to the end of the work week. We're tracking, unfortunately, a return, though, to more rain and wet snow by the end of the weekend. We'll talk about that in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A follow-up now, a public hearing.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. We have a look at your commute cast as you head to work today and as you head home from work. First off, a look at those road conditions as you head to work, and nothing out of the ordinary. Drive times right around average for I-90 east and west. Same thing for the arterial if you're heading into or around downtown Utica. 5S east and west from Utica to Mohawk and back. Again, drive speed between 50 and 55 miles per hour, looking pretty average. And lastly, Route 49 if you're heading to Rome or to Utica, average speed of around 65 miles per hour. The rain starts out spotty this morning, becoming a little bit more steady and widespread as the morning continues on. And by your evening commute, with the rain falling, very minor at least issues with the commute has to do with ponding on roadways, but for the most part, looking at completely, I would say, okay weather for today. No impacts expected for your travel to and from work. Gary?
Eric, thank you. Let's talk Boilermaker now. You already know about Red.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. It's another mild start to your day today. Temperatures in the 40s. A dry start for some people, but widespread rain is approaching from the west. A live look in Cooperstown this morning. Current temperature 44 degrees. So again, a pretty mild start down in the village at this point, and across central New York still around the area in the 40s. But you can see that widespread rain continuing to push in from the west. We're looking at yet another washout here in central New York for today as things remain still unsettled from the morning, lasting throughout the afternoon, rain becoming more steady and widespread as we head into the evening hours. So you can see here over the next dozen hours, it's looking to be rainy but mild, with highs in the upper 40s, low 50s. How much rainfall are we talking about? Well, across central New York, rain gauges from different locations. We can see the average rainfall accumulation nearing about an inch or so. So again, a good soaking rain is expected throughout the day today. And this is all due to several factors. First off, we've got this cold front arriving from the west. Now, normally cold fronts, they'll pass through our area within the span of maybe an hour or two. But with this system, we've got low pressure pulling in from the south. This will stop that cold front from pushing east and cause it to remain stationary. Well, also, this low pressure fueling more moisture in there. So because of that, we're talking instead of a few hours of rain to a complete washout. And this will continue on until the late evening and overnight before things eventually dry out by early Thursday morning. So in our skycast for today, we can see that widespread rain arriving from the west. Again, it's spotty and light in nature to start for today, but it becomes more steady and widespread by the evening. Temperatures still hovering, though, in the 40s. Then by tonight, maybe some patchy drizzle lingering into early tomorrow morning. But by tomorrow afternoon, things do dry out. Clouds give way to some peaks of sunshine, with temperatures comfortably in the upper 40s to mid-50s. Then clear skies tomorrow night, lows falling below freezing. And then as we head into Friday, it's looking to be a pretty nice day with sunshine and temperatures climbing as high as the mid-50s. But you can see here clouds increasing yet again as the weather pattern turns more unsettled as we approach the weekend. But for today, again, a washout, rain showers, temperatures in the 40s and 50s tonight. 30s and 40s with still some rain showers. Your 7-day forecast, drying out Thursday and Friday with highs in the 50s. Then by Saturday and Sunday, we're entering back into yet again another gloomy weather pattern with rain. Cold rain Sunday, switching over to wet snow, and that will linger into parts of Monday.
We'll focus on Friday, Thursday and Friday.
We'll put that aside. Let's just focus on Friday.
That's for sure.
Nice.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. 6th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And that radar is starting to light up right here in the Utica area.
Yeah, that's right. It's a mild start again, 40s across the area, and after a brief lull in the rain, it's returning yet again. A live look at the radar right now. Let's see where that rain is taking place. And as you can see here, the rain is becoming more and more into our local area. As you're looking out to the west, steady widespread rain here, a few spotty light rain showers, but as the morning progresses and the afternoon continues on, that rain will become more steady. Currently 46 in Rome, 45 in Hamilton, and those temperatures not really changing by much over the next 12 hours, only climbing into the upper 40s to low 50s, but keep that umbrella handy, keep that rain jacket on, as well as it's going to be pretty much a washout, soaking rain today. Tonight, we gradually dry out. Heading into tomorrow, some patchy light drizzle. But as we head into Thursday afternoon, things dry out and remain dry for the remainder of the work week. But we're tracking our next chance of rain. Heading to the weekend, we'll talk about that coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, it is tax filing season.
Welcome back, showcasing your weather photo of the day on this Wednesday, and this one is another one of those great shots submitted of a bald eagle. And this is a great shot not only because he's perching in a very cool way right there in Stark in Herkimer County. Great submission here. If you want to submit a photo like this one, an animal out in the wilderness, a weather photo, snow, a rainbow, although we don't see too much of them in the wintertime, or just any weather outdoor shot that you think would be looking cool to be showcased here on News Channel 2 at sunrise, submit it on that link right on the top of your screen at wktv.com/weather/pics. This image right here will also be shared to social media later today. So in case you do see it here on News Channel 2 at sunrise, you also see it on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as the day continues on. Live look at the radar. We've got rain starting to arrive here in central New York. A bit spotty and light right now, but it's expected to become more steady and widespread as the afternoon continues on. It's a soaking rain today, but over the next few days, things will dry out. We'll talk about what to expect for tomorrow and Friday coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A former New York cheese producer pleaded guilty in
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. It's another mild start to your day today, and in some locations, initially dry, but widespread rain moves in for all of us by this afternoon. A live look at downtown Utica right now. Damp roads, a brief shower has pushed through. Currently 45 degrees. In the city right now, and a look at those temperatures submitted from our sky watchers all across central New York. In the 40s still in Westdale, 46 with Todd checking in. Bob and Clinton with 46 degrees. Mike in New Hartford with 45. Up in the North Country, Bill and Old Forge with 41 degrees. And checking in Otsego County, Mark and Milford 43. Stewart, Cooperstown 44. Pat in Skenemus with 42. Scott and Evanston with 44, same thing with Tom in Lawrence. Live look at the radar. We are seeing a few scattered rain showers continuing to arrive from the west. And again, this will become more steady and widespread as the afternoon progresses on. As a matter of fact, over the next dozen or so hours, starting out with some spotty light rain for the morning, steady, widespread rain by the evening, a complete washout pretty much. With temperatures still climbing into the upper 40s, low 50s. So we've got multiple things impacting our weather for today. We have a cold front that is initially supplying our rain early this morning, but normally cold fronts will surge east over a span of a few hours. This one, though, is going to be blocked by another round of low pressure from the south. This will surge north, prevent it from exiting, and as you can see here, looking at completely widespread rain all across central New York for this afternoon and this evening. This will, of course, linger into tonight and dry out by early tomorrow morning. And so, your skycast for today, Rain showers to the west becoming more widespread and filling in as the afternoon progresses on. Steady, widespread rain this evening and tonight coming to an end as we head into early tomorrow morning. Following that, looking at dry conditions moving in. Looks like the temperatures have disappeared a little bit, but it's going to be in the 40s here by Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening with some sun again and clear skies as we head into Thursday night with temperatures falling below freezing into the 20s. Then by Friday, it's a beautiful day. Highs in the 50s with plenty of sunshine before things turn a little more unsettled by the coming weekend. But for today across central New York, temperatures in the 50s and 40s with rain tonight. Lingering rain showers, lows in the 40s and 30s. 7-day forecast. It's looking pretty mild for the next couple of days. Sunshine by Friday, and then by Saturday and Sunday, turning a little more unsettled. Rain turning to a cold rain on Sunday. Cold rain turning to some wet snow in some spots. And then, as we head into next week, a bit of a gloomy start, but we warm up by the middle of by Tuesday and Wednesday.
We go up and down, up and down.
Up and down, but let's focus on Friday. It's sunny. It's going to be a nice end of the work week.
Good idea right there. Well, some of you have reached out to us after hearing
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
With word of some rain that's already moved in, but how long will it be around?
Well, looking to be around all day long.
All day long.
Yeah, a bit of a washout today. But it's going to be remaining mild, 40s and 50s throughout the entire morning and afternoon. But let's take a look at where that rain is right now on the radar. A live look right here. We can see that rain starting to fill in a little bit in parts of the Mohawk Valley. It's looking a little dry in parts of Otsego County, Oneonta and Cooperstown. But again, out to the west, that cold front is slowly moving in. But even though it is technically a cold front, it won't be cooling things down too much. As a matter of fact, we remain right on the border, so those temperatures remain in the 40s and 50s throughout the entire day today. And heading out the door, grab that umbrella and keep that rain jacket on. A washout from the morning throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours, remaining steady into the early overnight. Then we dry out by tomorrow with some patchy drizzle. Then clouds give way to sunshine by late Thursday evening and more sun expected for your Friday. Looking to be the nicest day of the next few. As we head into the weekend, things turn a little bit more unsettled. We'll talk about that, plus what to expect in detail with the rain today and over the next few days coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A property at 27 Market Street.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at a dry start in some spots, spotty rain in others. Overall, a mild start to your day today with temperatures in the 40s. A live look at Oneonta right now. It's currently dry for the most part, as most of that rain is falling north of the area down there. And again, those temperatures submitted from our sky watchers this morning in the 40s across parts of Oneida County. 46 with Todd out in Westdale, 46 with Bob and Clinton, 45 with Mike in New Hartford, 41 with Bill in Old Forge, and 43 degrees with Jeff in Mohawk. To the south in Otsego County, 44 in Cooperstown, 44 Edmiston, and 44 with Tom and Lawrence, 42 with Pat and Skenevis, and 43 with Mark in Milford. The radar, again, it's showing a dry slot in Otsego County right now, but a different story in areas in Oneida County and Northwest. That rain is continuing to move in, and although rain showers will be spotty over the next dozen hours, they'll become more widespread and steady as we head into the afternoon and evening. And the reason why is due to multiple systems impacting our weather locally. For starters, we've got that cold front arriving from the west. Now, normally cold fronts will take roughly a few hours to pass, a round of showers, then things come to an end. But we've got a coastal low surging up from the south. This will basically prevent that front from pushing east. Instead, kind of curve it a little bit. See, kind of like a bow right there as moisture gets pulled in and rain becomes pretty steady heading into the evening and overnight hours. And so in our Skycast for this afternoon, we're seeing the rain start out spotty in nature, temperatures in the 40s, rain becoming more widespread, high temperatures climbing as high as the upper 40s to low 50s. By tonight and early tomorrow, the rain comes to an end, looking at some patchy drizzle with lingering clouds, 30s giving way to 40s and 50s for tomorrow, with lingering clouds, hopefully giving way to some sunshine right before sunset. Then clear skies tomorrow night, lows falling below freezing, and then for your Friday, temperatures in the 50s with plenty of sunshine. And so for today, all across central New York, highs in the 40s and 50s with rain. By tonight, lows in the 40s and 30s with lingering rain showers, 7-day forecast. Still mild for the next few days, Thursday and Friday. Sunshine moving in mostly for Friday, turning unsettled by Saturday and Sunday.
Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, that rain that moved in early this morning when we were doing the news around 6 o'clock, still with us.
Yeah, a lot of areas still seeing that rain. Some locations it's stopped a little bit, especially in parts of Otsego County, but that's going to change as the afternoon continues on. Let's take a look at the radar right now. We can see where that moderate rainfall is taking place in those darker greens right there. But as we zoom out a little bit, we have an area in parts of Otsego County and into parts of Delaware County that will eventually fill in with rain as this low pressure center collides with this stationary cold front within the next few hours. Those temperatures this afternoon only up maybe by a degree or two in some spots, still clinging to the upper 40s, low 50s, still mild all across the area. And over the next 12 hours, we remain in the 40s and 50s, cooling down a few degrees by around midnight tonight. And the rain still sticking around until early tomorrow morning when things do dry up. Then we're tracking a relatively dry end of the work week before things turn a little bit more active by Saturday and Sunday. We'll talk about that in your weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Nikki Haley, the former...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. This is turning out to be yet another rainy and mild day here in Central New York. Taking a live look at our camera in downtown Utica. We're seeing wet roads, temperatures in the 40s, but in some locations this afternoon, it's turning out to be a little bit dry. In Oneonta right now, cloudy skies, temperature of 50. So a very mild day yet again here in central New York. But for those of you in Oneonta and Cooperstown, the dry weather will be short-lived as that coastal low will combine with this low pressure within the next, at least with this cold front within the next few hours. We can still see here steady rainfall taking place in northwestern Utica County, northern Herkimer County, and pretty much central Herkimer County at this point. Rainfall for a lot of us remains steady, but light in some spots, becoming heavier as the evening continues on. Then as we approach the overnight hours, the rain will gradually come to an end. And by Thursday morning, some pockets of some drizzle sticking around. But for the most part, things do dry out by Thursday afternoon and into pretty much all of Friday. And so the bigger picture, we've got this cold front that's turned stationary out here just west of us in this coastal low that's moving up into central New York. This will combine, of course, producing widespread rain, and then the system will exit our area to the east by early tomorrow morning. And so on our Skycast, we can see this combination happening this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures still remaining pretty mild, though, in the 40s. And then overnight, widespread rain comes to an end. Patchy drizzle early tomorrow morning, along with some fog. But by tomorrow afternoon, clouds give way to some peaks of sunshine, and temperatures climb comfortably into the 50s. Clear skies tomorrow night, lows falling below freezing down into the 20s, and then by Friday, looking at lots of sunshine with highs in the 50s, but that's temporary. As we head into the weekend, more unsettled weather begins to arrive. But for today, in central New York, it's going to be rainy, it's going to be mild, 50s and 40s across the area tonight. Lows falling into the 30s and 40s with additional rain showers coming to an end. Your 7-day forecast, mild for Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday still trending to be on the rainy side. Sunday more of a cold rain, switching over to wet snow in some spots by the later half of the day. And then that lingers with snow into the early part of Monday. And coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking about the mild winter and if that has anything to do with buggy summers.
Oh,
people
boy.
are wondering about that. Ticks, mosquitoes. Yeah, not a fan of either of them.
Yeah, we'll see. Eric, thanks. Well, great news for all credit card holders. Joining us now, and Eric, this mild weather we have had may actually plague us. You were mentioning this spring and summer possibly, right?
Yeah, and one of the questions we've been getting asked too is whether the mild winter would cause a very buggy summer or spring. And let's take a look at that right now. So if we're factoring in the warm winter and then a warm spring, but also a wet spring as well, this could also bring with it the better chance for seeing ticks and mosquitoes. I've looked up information on this. It's kind of a very under-researched field regarding whether bugs at least are directly impacted by warmer winters. But what I can tell you is when you have all those puddles from a wet spring, mosquitoes love that. And if we get a wet and warm spring, we'll see more mosquitoes. And of course, the ticks will be more active in the early spring, early summer, if the temperatures continue to remain warm. But back to what's currently happening here in central New York. We've got rain showers primarily in Oneida County, a dry slot taking place in Otsego County, but this will change in the next few hours as that low pressure guides up into the northeast, and of course bringing widespread rain to all of central New York. And over the next 12 hours, you remain on the rainy side, still mild too, temperatures in the 40s, but the rain eventually comes to an end by tomorrow, and we're looking at a brief dry stretch. We'll talk about the weather for tomorrow and Friday straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Closing arguments are expected later today.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. We are tracking widespread rain arriving in parts of central New York. Some locations still remaining dry temporarily before things turn more rainy by this evening. Alive like an old forge right now. Roads are wet. Temperatures pretty mild in the 40s right now. And our attention to Cooperstown, which is more dry, and temperatures in the mid-50s already. So it's a very mild day all across the area. And widespread rain still continuing in parts of Oneida and Herkimer counties. Areas south, Shenango and Otsego County remaining still on the dry side, but that low pressure south of us will begin to fill in. As I take a look right here, we zoom down a little bit, we'll see that low pressure starting to arrive right along the border of Pennsylvania and New York State right here. And our chance of rain outlook over the next 24 to 48 hours, you can see here, it's widespread in some spots, filling in over all of central New York by later on this evening and tonight. But then it comes to an end, and by tomorrow morning, patchy drizzle, patchy fog, but by tomorrow afternoon, completely dry and expected to remain dry all throughout Thursday evening, Thursday night, and all of Friday. But to the bigger picture, because we've got that cold front continuing to push eastward, setting up right over central New York, and that low pressure, which will continue to shift more and more north, colliding with this cold front, producing a good soaking rain for all of us by this afternoon and this evening, lingering into tonight. But again, behind that system exits out to the east and we dry out briefly. But enjoy the sun as we head into Thursday evening and into Friday, because this won't be a common sight as we head into the weekend and the start of next week. So our Skycast showing rain to the north and west, filling in this evening and tonight. Widespread steady rainfall into the overnight hours, drying out by tomorrow morning. Again, patchy fog, patchy drizzle, but drying out by the afternoon. Temperatures in the 50s, peaking. Pretty nice day by tomorrow afternoon. Then clear skies tomorrow night, lows falling below freezing, and then a beautiful day on Friday with highs in the 50s and plenty of sunshine. For today, 40s and 50s, rain showers. Tonight, rain continuing on, but then coming to an end. Lows in the 40s. 7-day forecast, 50s the next few days. Cooling down a little bit. Saturday and Sunday, a cold rain Sunday turns to scattered wet snow showers. Some accumulation in higher elevations. It might take a little bit longer for it to stick in the valleys, but beyond that, we're seeing a brief surge of warm air that will linger into next week.
Usually when we turn the clocks, that day is pretty nice in this.
Yeah, and
late winter.
at least Sunday will be a little bit gloomy, a little bit rainy, a little bit snowy.
So. At least it'll be light later.
Yeah.
Eric, thanks. Well, here's something shocking for you. The TSA.
Let's look at the forecast tonight. We bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. A lot of rain out there today. I mean, the radar just says it all, right?
Yeah, another day, another washout. We're tracking nor'easter number 2 across the area. Let's take a look at the radar. We're seeing widespread rain. None of this is falling as snow. And just like a nor'easter, you get bands that show up. The heaviest rainfall taking place just south of Utica, this stretching across western Cinco County, southern Herkimer County, into the Adirondacks. And this will basically hang around throughout the course of this evening. Not much is changing here, and that's going to be the case as we head into tonight. This is 2-day rainfall totals, and I know it feels like it's been raining for, and it's been coming down a lot heavier than these numbers suggest, but you've got to remember that in a colder environment, the air typically just doesn't have as much water vapor in it, but still about 1/2 inch of rain on the high end. Oppenheim, Springfield, Woodgate, 4/10 of an inch. Old Forge, a 1/3 of an inch of rain. In Westmoreland, about 1/4 of an inch of rain. It is certainly a soaker out there this evening. Our temperature 49 degrees, winds are calm. We're tracking the rain to end tonight. We do get a chance to dry out tomorrow and Friday, a couple of nice days ahead. Our next chance of rain looks to arrive late Saturday. This evening looks wet, fog, steady rainfall. Temperatures will be in the 40s. We're tracking when the rain comes to an end and a couple of nice days ahead. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Nikki Haley, the former.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track widespread rain this evening. This is going to last through tonight, but we do get a chance to dry out as we head into tomorrow and Friday. We should see some sunshine too, so the weather is going to turn nicer. And again, we do get a break from the rain that we've been dealing with this week. By Saturday, that's our next round of rain that looks to arrive late in the day. And then Sunday, it looks to be unsettled across central New York. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The steadiest rain, the heaviest rain taking place south of Utica. You can see this area of bright yellow showing up on the radar. Those are higher reflectivities that the radar is detecting and steadier, heavier rainfall. This is going to generally stay put heading into this evening and eventually move to the east by tonight. But we'll be in the thick of the rain throughout the rest of this evening and tonight. Conditions will remain in a washout phase. Live look in downtown Utica. Temperatures are cooler because of the rain, but not all that cool. Usually we're in the low 40s this time of the year, but we're in the upper 40s. Westmoreland 49 degrees, 50 in Westernville, across Southern Valleys. Cooperstown 46, Oneonta 52, and Norwich with 50 degrees. Nor'easter number 2. Yeah, we've had back-to-back nor'easters over the past 2 days. The storm center moves out into the Atlantic tonight, and once again, we're dealing with all rain. There's just a general absence of cold air that's usually present this time of the year. Otherwise, it would have been a very different story. We would have been having snow instead of rain. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, steady rain It looks to come to an end by the morning commute tomorrow, but watch out for some patchy fog. There'll still be some drizzle around early in the day, but I do think that we'll get a chance to dry out. In fact, Skycast even showing some hints of sunshine here. Pretty optimistic here. I think we'll at least hold on to cloud cover for the first half of the day. We might see a little bit of sunshine before the day is done. Temperatures in the low 50s. Tomorrow night, skies do clear out. That'll allow temperatures to drop below freezing. And then Friday looks beautiful. We do expect to see sunshine throughout the day. High temperatures climb to near 50. Total rainfall looks to be about a ½ an inch to an inch by the time all is said and done. And again, it's going to continue to fall steady throughout this evening and early tonight. Rain ends tonight. Watch out for patchy fog, a low of 41. Tomorrow, decreasing clouds, temperatures in the mid-50s. Again, a few breaks of sunshine late in the day. Sunshine Friday, 56, a beautiful day. The weather turns unsettled late Saturday. Saturday's high 45. Don't forget the clocks change this weekend. We spring ahead. And looking cold and windy on Monday, but sunshine returns Tuesday and Wednesday. Coming up in a few minutes, you've been hearing us talk on and on about the snowfall departure. We're going to give you updates on how much rain we've had so far this winter season.
Betcha it's a lot, but I don't want to give it all away. All right, thank you, Bill. Hey, if you're getting ready to travel somewhere, launched New York's first training stipend program for volunteer firefighters. A total of $10 million will help offset the cost of required training courses for volunteers who serve approximately 9 million New Yorkers, nearly half the state's population. $750 stipend for basic exterior firefighting operations course. $1,250 stipend for self-contained breathing apparatus interior firefighting operations, and a $1,000 stipend for Fire Officer 1. Good check of the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're talking rainfall statistics. You've heard us talk a lot about the lack of snowfall. What has the rainfall looked like at Griffis and Rome? This is throughout the winter season, so we began this on December 1st, and we've had since December 1st 11.4 inches of rain at Griffis. The other weather stations from New York State Mesonet were about 12 to 13 inches. So it's pretty close. That puts us over 3 inches above average for this point in March, 3.5 inches. We've been getting lots of rain, and these statistics just to remind us that even though we haven't had a lot of snow, we are not in any danger of a drought at the moment, given the weather conditions and the wet winter that we've had. One of the big reasons why it's been wet, it's been warm. And once again, temperatures today climbing above freezing into the 40s. Will be in the 50s here Thursday and Friday. Some colder weather, though, does return heading into the weekend. Soaking conditions out there. Another washout. A live look at the Yorkville Battery, Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you are brave enough to take the dog out this evening, keep the umbrella handy. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s. Tonight's featured dog, Max from Ilion. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking a return to sunshine over the next couple of days. A look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Let's talk flu shots. The past decade, America.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
It is a soaker out there. The weather will remain unsettled throughout the course of this evening and tonight. Widespread steady rain will continue. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery, Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The rain is steadiest and heaviest from the Mohawk Valley southward, but pretty much the whole area is seeing rain just a little bit later up towards the North Country. Nothing is going to change very much here over the next several hours as bands of precipitation continue to work in from the south. This rain comes from a nor'easter, and just like a nor'easter, the rain version of it, we're seeing bands of rain starting to show up here, especially south and east of Utica. So locally heavy rain will be taking place throughout the course of this evening and tonight. Watch out for fog too. That is going to obstruct visibility, especially in higher terrain. Live look in Old Forge, temperature of 46 degrees. While it's gray, it's still light out at this time. We've been making a lot of gains in the daylight department since the winter solstice. This was a look at the sunrise and sunset times on the first day of winter. Compare that to today. It's been much, much brighter, especially in the evening time. That's been most noticeable. Next week, we change the clocks. So we go from a 6:30 a.m. sunrise to a 7:15 sunrise. And the trade-off here is the change in the evening time. We go from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And here's how daylight changes by next month. We'll make up that lost time pretty quickly in the morning time. Skywatchers checking in. Temperatures in the 40s. Micah, New Hartford 49, Forestport 46, Norway, Donna with 49 degrees, Jeff and Mohawk 48, 50 degrees in Westford, Richfield, Tom with 47. This rain today coming from a nor'easter. We talked about a nor'easter yesterday. It's a different one. Yeah, back-to-back nor'easters, both of them producing rain in early March. I know that sounds strange, but that's the kind of winter we've been having. Tonight, the rain continues. It comes to an end after midnight. By 7 o'clock in the morning, there will be some fog and patchy drizzle, but we do expect the weather to dry out throughout the course of the day. In fact, we might even see a few breaks of sunshine before the day is done. High temperatures climb to near 50 degrees. Tomorrow night, skies clear out. We'll drop below freezing, which is something we haven't done much of lately. And we'll see temperatures in the 20s first thing Friday morning. Should be a beautiful Friday afternoon. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures climb into the 50s. Rainfall totals tonight looking to be about a 3/4 of an inch of rain to as much as an inch of rain south and east of Utica. Rain ends tonight. Patchy fog, a low 41. Clouds early tomorrow, followed by some breaks of sunshine. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Friday, 56. Rain returns late Saturday. The weather looks unsettled over the weekend. Colder on Sunday and Monday with some snow showers. Temperatures start to warm up again as we look ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be right back.
The forecast at 6, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
We are continuing to track widespread rain moving through central New York. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. And we're going to be in the thick of this here for the next several hours. Not much is going to be changing between now and, say, 8 or 9 o'clock this evening with steady bands of rain moving in from the south. The rain is falling heavier south and east of Utica. This rain today coming from a nor'easter, another one, and it will continue as we head into tonight. Rainfall totals about 1/3 of an inch to as much as 2/3 of an inch. This includes what fell yesterday. The rain not all that heavy, even though it's been raining for hours and hours. It's not coming down really hard like it would in the warmer season. And part of that just has to do with the fact that when temperatures are warmer, we tend to have more moisture in the air. Current temperature 49 degrees, calm winds. Temperatures will remain in the low, the mid-40s here as we get into this evening. We're tracking rain ending tonight. A chance to dry out for Thursday and Friday before rain returns as we head into the start of the weekend. This evening, rain and fog, temperatures in the 40s. Again, tracking a return to sunshine here as we head into the end of the week. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Remington Arms is now a part of Illian's Path.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Back-to-back nor'easters bringing widespread steady rain to central New York. The rain is heavier today than it was yesterday as this nor'easter is a little bit bigger and taking more of a direct path compared to yesterday's area of low pressure. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Steady soaking rain continues this evening. The rain is falling heavier south and east of Utica compared to north and west, but there isn't that much of a difference here in rainfall rates, and this is going to continue as we head into tonight. The rain is expected to wind down by tomorrow morning. I'm going to step out of the screen here to show you the whole thing. This is the rainfall total for Utica. We've been talking about season snowfall. What about season rainfall? So from December 1st onward, Griffiths and Rome just shy of 11.5 inches of rain. Average is just under 8 inches of rain. This puts us at a departure, a surplus of over 3.5 inches of rainfall. This is why we keep saying, don't worry about a drought. I know we haven't had a lot of snow, but the water table is full because we've been having a lot of excess rainfall throughout the winter months. And that will be the case tonight, but we do get a chance to dry out tomorrow and Friday. More rain returns as we head into Saturday. Watch out for some patchy fog tonight, especially in higher terrain. It's a live look in downtown Utica with rain continuing this evening and tonight. Skywatchers, temperatures in the upper 40s. Clinton 49, Forestport 46. Norway with 49 degrees. Sandy and Fairfield with 47. Westford checking in with 50 degrees, Morris 52, and Christopher in Edmonston with 50. Nor'easter number 2 moving up the east coast tonight. Again, it's another rainmaker, just a general absence of cold air that would be necessary to make that snow. The rain continues tonight. It comes to an end as we head into tomorrow morning. Again, watch out for patchy fog. Still some patchy drizzle and patchy fog early tomorrow morning, but I do think we'll get a chance to dry out. And if we're lucky enough, we should get a few breaks of sunshine before the day is done. High temperatures climb into the low 50s. Skies do clear out tomorrow night, allowing for temperatures to fall below freezing. We'll start out Friday morning with temperatures in the 20s. Sunshine is expected on Friday. Should be a beautiful day. Nicest day of the week weather-wise, with high temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Rainfall totals about 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain is expected by tomorrow morning. Rain ends tonight, patchy fog, a low of 41. Tomorrow, decreasing clouds, temperatures in the mid 50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Friday 56. Rain returns late Saturday. Rain switches over to snow showers Sunday. It's windy and it's cold on Monday. Just cold enough to remind you that, hey, it's still March and it's still early March. It's kind of easy to forget after getting into these weather patterns.
I know, just a little tap on the shoulder like, hey, not done yet.
That's right.
All right, thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. We're going to hear from with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Boy, I do miss a good bowl. I love to go bowling, don't you? Is that much
I
fun?
love bowling, yeah. I kind of miss it. I used to do that in high school.
Love to see it right back here in Utica maybe someday. All right, let's talk about the rain because it's still raining out there. We can't be behind in any sort of precipitation at all this year.
No, not at all. We run the numbers. We're 3.5 inches above average for the winter with rainfall. And guess what? We're adding more to it. This is a soaker. This is a nor'easter. On the radar, it looks very similar to the snow version, but with a lot more green. We can pick out some bands of precipitation that you would see in a nor'easter. Those snow bands, of course, the rain bands, but it's a similar setup. And it's going to be soggy tonight. Temperatures will remain above average here throughout the rest of the week. We should see some drier weather in our future. The rain should come to an end across the region. But again, it is going to be coming down steady throughout the night. Rain will be coming to an end by the morning. Overnight lows will drop down into the low 40s. Current conditions, light rain, current temperature of 43, will drop down into the low 40s overnight with rain coming to an end. A couple of nice days ahead before rain returns for the weekend. And look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We received word today that Mohawk Valley.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Another day, another cold rain taking place across the region. Another nor'easter. Back-to-back nor'easters, if you will. We're continuing to track some of those steady rain showers. You can see some rain bands across Otsego County. This is where some of the steadiest and heaviest rain has been falling throughout the course of this evening. This band is going to shift to the east, and we will get a chance to dry out tonight. And by the way, this is the live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, things are not going to change very much this evening, but again, things will change tonight as the rain slowly heads to the east. Let's look at the numbers. Rainfall for the winter season beginning December 1st to now, 11.44 inches of rain at Griffis and Rome. Average is just under 8 inches, so we are running a departure of over 3.5 inches of rainfall, and it's been a lot more rain events compared to snowfall. We do get a chance to dry out tomorrow as well as Friday. The weather turns unsettled heading into the weekend with rain late Saturday, becoming steadier and widespread on Sunday. Live look at downtown Utica. Again, just a dreary night. Watch out for patchy fog through tomorrow morning. Nor'easter again moving up the coast. This will be heading out to sea, and again, the rain will be coming to an end as we head into late tonight. We can time it out. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast. Again, the rain slowly departs to the east. Tomorrow morning, some patchy fog and some patchy drizzle. But we should see drying conditions throughout the day and maybe even some breaks of sunshine, especially in the afternoon. High temperatures look to climb into the low 50s. Tomorrow night, skies clear out. Overnight lows drop below freezing. So some frost expected Friday morning, but a beautiful Friday afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, warm especially for this time of the year with high temperatures in the low 50s. Total rainfall from today and tonight, thinking about a 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain, the heaviest of which is expected to fall across Otsego County. Rain ends tonight, patchy fog, a low of 41. Dreary to start tomorrow, but we should dry out. We should get a few breaks of sunshine before the day is done with a high temperature of 55. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine on Friday, 56. Rain looks to return late Saturday. A reminder that the clocks change. We go to daylight saving time. There's no S in saving.
That's a bank.
Savings is a bank. Saving is just the time. Sunday, some snow showers, as well as Monday. Temperatures will be close to 50 again by this time next week.
All right, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Coming up next, we're going to tell you
There.
You see what I did there.
Yeah.
Time now for a first look at the forecast. Bowler extraordinaire, Bill Cardis.
Back
Did
in my day,
you bowl in high school?
I did. 288, my high score.
Stop it.
Yeah, I missed it was 10 in a row, and then I had an 8 spare.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I wish we had one closer
I
by.
know.
So let's talk about the live radar right now because we're getting more rain today.
Yes, so nor'easter continuing. Actually, what's interesting is this looks like a nor'easter on the radar. You can see these bands of rain. These would be snow bands, and they're in Otsego County. That's where the rain is steadier this evening. This is all going to move to the east, and we'll get a chance to dry out as we head into tonight. By the way, let's talk about rainfall stats here. From the winter being December 1st until now, Griffiths and Rome reporting 11.44 inches of rainfall. The average for this stretch is under 8, which means our rainfall departure is more than 3.5 inches. We are way above average on rainfall. That's been the story of the whole winter. We've been getting a lot of weather events. More rain than snow has been the theme. And that continues tonight. Current temperature of 42 degrees. The rain does come to an end overnight, but it's going to take a while. We're expecting overnight lows in the low 40s. We're tracking drier, warmer weather for the short term before things change for the weekend. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We received word today that Mohawk.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look outside. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar still raining across most of central New York. The heavier bands of precipitation are falling in areas east of Utica. This is all part of a nor'easter. This one a little more robust than the one we had yesterday. This one producing some bands of locally heavier rain. Total rain today exceeding about an inch, especially south and east of Utica. Some of these heavier bands falling in Otsego and Delaware County. This rain is going to eventually move to the east tonight. We'll get a chance to dry out over the next couple of days. We're dry on Thursday and Friday, but then rain returns as we head into the weekend. A generally unsettled weather pattern ahead, but we do get a little bit of a break in the weather tomorrow and especially Friday. This sums it up. It's just been a dreary day. Another washout, live look in downtown Utica. Low pressure continues to head off the Atlantic seaboard, throwing moisture in from the south. This is falling entirely as rain, even though this is a nor'easter. There's been a general absence of sufficiently cold air to make that transition over to snow. We'll continue to see rain here as we head into tonight. The back edge does wrap through by the morning. So 7 a.m., some patchy fog, drizzle. That moves out pretty quickly. We get a chance to dry out. We might even be fortunate enough to see a few breaks of sunshine before the day is done. High temperatures are expected to climb into the low 50s. Tomorrow night, the weather clears out. That sets the stage for below freezing temperatures, something that hasn't happened in a couple of days. Looking at overnight lows in the 20s. Friday morning, a widespread frost. Friday afternoon looks beautiful. Plenty of sunshine. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s, the pick of the week for any outdoor plans. Rainfall totals expected to be about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch of rain, with heavier totals south and east of Utica. Tonight, rain ends. Watch out for patchy fog overnight and even into tomorrow morning. A low temperature of 41 degrees. Tomorrow, we start out with clouds, patchy fog, drizzle, but we should see a small improvement in the weather by the end of the day, and it does look warmer. with high temperatures in the mid-50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine on Friday, beautiful, 56. Rain returns late Saturday, 45. Rain switches over to snow on Sunday. Don't forget the clocks change this weekend. We spring ahead. We lose an hour, hopefully not of sleep, but for most of us it is. Windy, cold on Monday, snow showers, temperatures climb into the 40s and 50s next week.
With the back-to-back nor'easters we just got of rain, what would that have been if it was snow? A lot?
Today's event, especially south and east of Utica, an inch of rain would have been about a foot of snow.
Ooh.
Wasn't quite as heavy yesterday, probably about 4 to 8 inches. So 4 to 8 inches plus another foot on top of that.
Dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up next, we're going to tell you